Welcome everyone. I know that you have been waiting for Category 5, or some of you have been waiting for this video. So let's dive right in. So, Category 5 is composite areas. Composite means multiple or many. So, solving for composite figures, there's many different shapes. In this one, we see the rectangles right here, and then we see the triangles right here. Now, the way that you solve composite figures, write a new marker. To solve, can you see that? Yeah. To solve, break the shape up into smaller shapes. For example, when we solve this one here, we're going to find the area of the triangle and then add it to the area of rectangle, the rectangle. Well, that's the first step, sorry. Break the shape up, and then 2, solve for areas of smaller shapes. And then 3, add all of the sums together. Now, I'm referencing this example here because this is obviously here a triangle and then a rectangle. So we figured out the area of both, and then we're going to add them up together once we solve both. Let's go ahead and start this shape here, though. There's no obvious triangle or half circle or whatever, but it is 2 different rectangles. And you can break it up into 2 different ways. You can break it up like this, where there's this triangle and this triangle. Or you can break it up like this, where you have this triangle and, this rectangle and this rectangle. Either way is fine. I'm just going to do it this way. Now, so we broke it up. Step 2, let's solve for the areas of the smaller shapes. So this rectangle right here, well, I know it's 6 by 3. So this is going to be 6 times 3 is equal to 18. So this portion right here is 18. Okay, now I just need to figure out what this is, and then I'm going to add the 2 together. Okay. Well, I don't know what this is, because it's not 10. It's not 10. This whole side is 10. And I'm not given this right away. But I'm just going to erase this here just to visually show you. But please keep it on your paper. Look at this here. If this space right here is 3, and this space right here is 5 meters. So this chunk, if we go directly across the shape, I know that this part right here is going to be 3 meters. I'll write that in black. Brown. And I know that if I take this and go straight across, it's going to be 5. So this chunk right here, this portion of the line is going to be 5, and this portion of the line is going to be 3. Therefore, I know the total length of this side is going to be 3 plus 5, which is 8. Now, I need to find this length, and I'm not given it here, but I'll show you what I am given, and I still will be able to solve for it. This whole distance is 10. It's given 10 meters. And this distance right here is 6. So this is 10, and this is 6. If I bring this down here, I know that this entire length is 10 meters. And if I bring this part down here, this is 6 meters. So actually, I'm going to draw a little clearer arrow. This portion right here is 6 meters. And this portion right here is 10 meters. So then, what is this? You could think of it like this is x. X plus 6 should give me 10. This is one part and this is one part and the whole thing is 10. What is x? I'll subtract 6 from both sides. And x is equal to 4. So now, I know this chunk right here, this portion, is 4 meters. Once I have that, that was the hardest part of that problem. All I need to do is multiply the 4 times 8, because that gives me this chunk right here. And 4 times 8 is 32. And we solved earlier that this is 18. So now the third step, add all of the sums together. We have 32 plus 18, which is going to give me 50 meters. Wait, one small mistake I made sure to make to clarify this in every single class. Make sure it is meters squared. Meters squared. That's my answer for the first one. Okay. Now, we have this shape here. Well, we can easily solve for this rectangle. It's just going to be the length times the width. So we've got 10 by 4. So this part right here, this whole rectangle, is going to be 4 times 10, which is going to be 40. Now we need to solve for this triangle right here. And this is a very important formula that we need to know. It's on your math charts if you go ahead and look. This is a great one to have in your notes. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. These are the exact same thing. Multiplying something by 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2. Okay, so the height of this triangle, if I turn it around like this, I know that the height, which is this part, is 3. The height, just to clarify, the height of a triangle is not this. That is not the height. The height is the distance from one point to one of the sides that creates a 90-degree angle. This is the height of the triangle. I just moved it like this so you guys are more comfortable when it's up and down. So 3. Now we just need this distance right here. And it's given to us. It's 4 meters here, and if we take it all the way across the shape, it's going to fit right here. So that's 4 meters. So I know that the base is 4 meters. So the base is 4, and the height is 3. Let's go ahead and plug it in. The base is 4 times 3, and then divided by 2. Well, 4 times 3 is going to be 12, and then over 2. 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. Are we done? No, we're not quite done. We found the area of this shape, which is 6 meters squared. Now we just need to add the two together. I'm tired. The area of the rectangle, probably should have done this in this shape as well. This makes it nice and neat. Area of the rectangle we found was 40, and the area of the triangle, capital A, it stands for area, was 6. Let's add them together, and we get a total of 46 meters squared. 46 meters squared. All right. Next problem, figuring out the area of an arrow. Okay. We're going to use the same process, figuring out the or break the shape up into the parts, solve for the areas of the smaller parts, and then add them together. So we have one rectangle right here, and then we have one triangle right here. Let's do the easier one first. Let's do the area of the rectangle. I know that this part is 3, and the length is 12, so 3 times 12 is going to be equal to 36. I'll label this right here, area of a rectangle. Okay, now we can do area of the triangle. Okay, so we use this formula, base times height divided by 2. You could use the 1/2 base times height as well. It's the same thing. I think this just makes a little bit more sense in my head. Okay. So let's take this triangle and flip it. So it should look something like this. Let's figure out what the height is. Now remember, the height needs to make this 90-degree right angle like that. That's what the height is. And that's given, that's 4. Okay, so we've got the height. Now we just need the base. Okay. It's giving me this portion right here is 2.5. And this portion right here is 2.5. So right about here and here, this part, I'll label it a different color, is 2.5 and 2.5. Now we just need this, because we need the whole distance, but we're only given these chunks. We need to find this. Oh, well, if we look over here, it's 3 meters. So, if we take this and we stretch it all the way across, it's the same distance as this right here. So, this distance is 3 meters. So I know that this is also 3 meters. Now all I need to do is add up these 3, and I've got my base. So I've got 2.5 plus 3 plus 2.5. I'm going to add the 2.5s together first. 2.5 plus 2, it doesn't matter what order, is equal, well, I'll write the whole expression out. It's an expression, not an equation, because I'm just writing without an equal sign. So the 2.5 plus 2.5 is going to be 5 plus 3, and that's equal to 8. So okay, so I'm sorry, I thought we had done it. No, so the base now is equal to 8. Okay, we've got the height and the base. So let's go ahead, take our values of the height and the base, and plug them, substitute them in for this formula. So the base is 8, and the height is 4. We'll do this multiplication. 8 times 4 is equal to 32, and then divide by 2. 32 divided by 2 is equal to 16. So these are our 2 chunks here. The area of the rectangle is 36. The area of the triangle here is 16. So now all we need to do is add them up. Composite area, 36 plus 16 is equal to 52 meters squared. 52 meters squared. And that is my answer for the arrow. That is all I have for this. We're going to do the next problem with the basketball key, in a separate video, because it's going to take me a while to explain. Thank you very much, and happy working.